You've clicked on this video for a reason. And maybe, just maybe, you're already starting to feel it, deep down, that this isn't some random moment. You're not here by accident. Think about it. How many videos have you scrolled past today? Yet you stopped here. Why? Could it be because something inside you is waking up? Could it be that this is the moment you've been waiting for? The moment where everything starts to make sense? You see, there's a whisper in your soul, a quiet voice that's been with you your entire life, telling you that you're different. But not just different, special, powerful, chosen. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you don't belong? Like the rest of the world seems to be caught up in a game you were never meant to play? Maybe you've tried to fit in. Maybe you've even succeeded for a while, but it never felt right, did it? You always knew there was something more, something bigger. And maybe that feeling scared you, or maybe it inspired you. Either way, it's been there, hasn't it? That pull, that call. Here's the thing, you're not crazy for feeling this way. In fact, that feeling is your greatest gift. It's the universe, the divine, the infinite, whatever you want to call it, trying to wake you up to your true nature. Because you're not like everyone else. You're one of the most powerful chosen ones. And that's not just a fancy title, it's a responsibility, a mission, a calling. But what does it even mean to be a chosen one? Let's start with the basics. A chosen one isn't someone who's better than others. It's not about being superior or special in some ego-driven way. No, being a chosen one means that you've been tasked with something extraordinary. You've been chosen by the universe to carry out a mission that only you can fulfill. And here's the crazy part. Even if you don't know what that mission is yet, even if it all feels blurry and uncertain right now, your soul already knows. It's been preparing for this moment for lifetimes.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
Take a second to reflect on your life. Think about the challenges you faced, the pain you've endured, the moments that almost broke you. Do you really think all of that was meaningless? Or could it be that every hardship, every heartbreak, every moment of doubt was actually preparing you for something greater? The truth is, the most powerful chosen ones are forged in the fire of adversity. Your struggles weren't punishments, they were training. They were shaping you, refining you, so that when the time came, you'd be ready. But here's the thing about being chosen, it's not easy. In fact, it's one of the hardest paths you can walk. Why? Because to truly step into your power, you have to let go of everything that's been holding you back. And that's terrifying. It means facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. It means looking deep into the parts of yourself you've been avoiding and asking the tough questions. Who am I, really? Why am I here? What am I willing to sacrifice to fulfill my purpose? Let me pause for a moment and ask you this. When was the last time you truly felt alive? Not just happy or content or comfortable, but alive. When was the last time you felt like you were exactly where you were meant to be, doing exactly what you were meant to do? If it's been a while, or if you've never felt that way, don't worry. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this. Because you're ready to break free from the illusions that have been holding you back. You're ready to remember who you really are. The first step is recognizing that you're not alone. There are others like you, other chosen ones scattered across the globe. Some of them have already awakened to their power. Others are still asleep, waiting for a moment like this to wake them up. And then there's you. You're in the middle of it, caught between the person you were and the person you were and the person you're becoming. It's a strange place to be, isn't it? But it's also the most exciting place, because it means you're on the brink of transformation. Now let's talk about your power, because make no mistake, you are powerful. But this isn't the kind of power you see in movies or read about in books. It's not about controlling others or bending the world to your will. True power, the kind you were born with, is quiet, humble, and infinitely vast. It's the kind of power that transforms not by force, but by presence. When you walk into a room, the energy shifts. When you speak, people listen not because you demand their attention, but because your words carry truth. When you act, even in the smallest ways, you create ripples that change the world. But here's the catch: your power is only as strong as your connection to it. And that connection comes from within. It's not something you can find outside of yourself. It's not something anyone can give you. It's something you have to cultivate, nurture, and protect. And that's where the real work begins. So how do you connect with your power? How do you step into your role as one of the most powerful chosen ones? It starts with one simple but profound practice: listening. Not listening to the noise of the world or the opinions of others or even your own thoughts, but listening to the still, small voice within you. That voice is your guide. It's your compass. And it's always speaking to you, even if you don't always hear it. Take a moment right now, yes, right now, to close your eyes and listen. What does your inner voice say? Does it whisper words of encouragement? Does it remind you of your strength, your resilience, your worth? Or does it bring up doubts and fears that you've been avoiding? Whatever it says, don't judge it. Just listen. Because even your doubts and fears have something to teach you. They're not here to stop you, they're here to show you where you need to grow. As you begin to listen to that inner voice, you'll notice something amazing. The more you trust it, the louder it becomes. And the louder it becomes, the clearer your path will be. You'll start to notice signs, synchronicities, and messages from the universe that guide you toward your purpose. You'll begin to feel a sense of alignment, as if everything in your life is falling into place. And you'll realize that you were never lost, you were just being guided in ways you couldn't see. But don't get me wrong, this journey isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There will be moments of doubt, fear, and frustration. There will be times when you feel like giving up. And that's okay, because every time you fall, you have the opportunity to rise stronger than before. Every obstacle is a chance to prove to yourself and the universe that you're ready for the next level. So here's my question for you. Are you ready? Are you ready to embrace the truth of who you are? Are you ready to step into your power, even if it means leaving behind everything you thought you knew about yourself? Are you ready to become the person you were always meant to be? If you're still here, if you're still watching, then the answer is yes. You might not feel ready. You might not know how. But the fact that you've made it this far tells me everything I need to know. You are ready, and you are not alone. We're in this together, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. You've come this far, and that says something extraordinary about you. It means you're willing to look deeper, to go beyond the surface, to confront the parts of yourself and your journey that many others would shy away from. And here's the truth: the universe does not place its heaviest burdens on weak shoulders. If you felt tested, broken, or pushed to the edge, it's because the universe trusts you. It trusts your strength, your resilience, and your ability to rise not just for yourself, but for others. That's the paradox of the most powerful chosen ones. The harder the path, the greater the trust the universe has in you. But why does the universe test those it chooses? Why can't the path to greatness be smooth and easy? You might have asked yourself this before, especially in your darkest moments. Let's dive into this deeply. The truth is, the universe doesn't test you to punish you. It tests you to prepare you. Every challenge, every hardship, every moment of doubt is a lesson, a tool, a key that unlocks a deeper level of your power. Because power without wisdom is dangerous. And wisdom isn't learned in comfort, it's forged in fire. Think about the trials you've faced in your life. Maybe you've experienced rejection, loss, betrayal, or even a sense of being misunderstood by those closest to you. Maybe you felt isolated, as if no one could possibly understand what you're going through. These experiences weren't random. They were designed to strip away the illusions, the distractions, the ego-driven desires that keep most people trapped. They were meant to awaken you to your true self. But here's the question: did you see them as punishments or as opportunities to grow? Because how you interpret your challenges determines how you rise from them. You see, the universe isn't testing you to break you. It's testing you to see if you're ready to step into the role you were born to play. And here's the thing about the most powerful chosen ones: your role isn't just about you. It's about the people you're here to guide, inspire, and uplift. The trials you face are the very experiences that make you capable of helping others. How could you guide someone through darkness if you've never walked through it yourself? How could you offer wisdom if you'd never been forced to seek it? Your pain becomes your power. Your scars become your strength. And your story becomes a map for others to follow. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how the most beautiful art, the most inspiring stories, the most transformative wisdom often come from those who faced the greatest struggles? That's not a coincidence. It's a universal truth. The light shines brightest in those who've known the darkness. And if you're one of the most powerful chosen ones, it means you've been through more darkness than most. But it also means you carry more light. Now, let's talk about the hidden trials that the most powerful chosen ones face. These aren't the obvious challenges like losing a job or dealing with a difficult relationship, although those can be part of it. No, the hidden trials are deeper, more subtle, and often more difficult to recognize. They test not just your actions, but your soul. Let's explore some of these trials together. The first hidden trial is doubt. Not just doubting the world or other people, but doubting yourself. Have you ever felt like you're not good enough? Like you don't have what it takes? Like maybe this whole idea of being a chosen one is just a fantasy, a way to make yourself feel special. That's the voice of doubt, and it's one of the universe's favorite tools. Because here's the thing: doubt isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It forces you to confront your fears, to question your beliefs, to dig deep and find the truth of who you are. If you can face your doubt and emerge on the other side, you'll find a confidence that can't be shaken. The second hidden trial is loneliness. There's a reason so many chosen ones feel isolated, even when they're surrounded by people. It's because your path is unique. You're walking a road that few others can understand. And that can make you feel like you're alone, like there's no one who truly gets you. But here's the truth: you're not alone, ever. Just because others can't see your journey doesn't mean they're not walking their own. And just because you feel disconnected doesn't mean you truly are. The universe has a way of bringing the right people into your life at the right time. Trust that. And in the meantime, learn to be your own best companion. Because the relationship you have with yourself is the foundation for everything else. The third hidden trial is temptation. And I don't mean temptation in the traditional sense, like being tempted to do something bad. No, the real temptation for chosen ones is the temptation to settle, to take the easy road, to give up on your dreams because they feel too big, too far away, too impossible. The universe will test you by offering you shortcuts, distractions, and comforts that keep you from growing. It will ask you, over and over again, are you willing to sacrifice what's easy for what's meaningful? Are you willing to walk the hard path, even when it feels like you're walking it alone? Because that's what it means to be chosen. It means choosing growth over comfort, purpose over pleasure, truth over illusion. The fourth hidden trial is responsibility. As one of the most powerful chosen ones, you're not just responsible for your own growth. You're responsible for the energy you bring into the world. You're responsible for the way you treat others, the way you use your power, the way you show up in the world. And that can feel like a heavy burden. But it's also a gift. Because the more you take responsibility for your life, the more power you have to change it. And the more you take responsibility for others, the more you realize that we're all connected. Your strength becomes their strength. Your light becomes their light. And together we rise. So how do you navigate these trials? How do you turn them into stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks? The answer is simple, but not easy. You face them. You don't run from your doubt, your loneliness, your temptations, or your responsibilities. You embrace them. You see them for what they are, opportunities to grow. And you trust that the universe would not give you a challenge you couldn't handle. Let me ask you one more question before we move on. What would your life look like if you stopped seeing your challenges as obstacles and started seeing them as gifts? How would it feel to know that every trial you face is a sign of the universe's trust in you? Would you approach your struggles differently? Would you approach yourself differently? If you're ready to explore the answers to those questions, if you're ready to dive even deeper into your power, then let's continue. Because the next phase of your journey is where everything starts to come together. It's where you learn not just how to survive your trials, but how to thrive because of them. Are you ready? You've walked through the fire. You faced the hidden trials of doubt, loneliness, temptation, and responsibility. And yet you're still here. That says everything about the strength that resides within you. You've carried burdens that would crush others, and you've done so because deep down, you know there is something greater waiting for you on the other side. Now, it's time to take everything you've learned, everything you've endured, and use it to thrive in your power. This is the moment where you stop merely surviving and start transforming. This is the moment where you become the unstoppable force of light you were born to be. But before we dive into what it means to thrive in your power, let me ask you this: what does power mean to you? Take a moment to really think about it. Is it control over others? Is it the ability to manifest anything you desire? Or is it something deeper, something quieter, something more profound? You see, true power, the kind of power you possess, isn't about domination or material success. It's about alignment. It's about being so in tune with your higher self, so aligned with your purpose, that everything you do becomes an act of creation. True power is the ability to transform not just your own life, but the lives of everyone you touch. And here's the beautiful part: that power is already within you. It's been there all along. The trials you faced weren't about giving you power, they were about revealing it. They were about stripping away the layers of fear, doubt, and illusion that kept you from seeing who you really are. Now that you've seen the truth, the question is, what will you do with it? The first step to thriving in your power is understanding your purpose. Every chosen one has a unique mission, a role that only they can fulfill. For some, that role might be grand and visible, leading movements, creating change on a global scale. For others, it might be quieter, more subtle, healing others through simple acts of kindness, raising the vibration of the world just by being who they are. Neither path is greater or lesser than the other. What matters is that your purpose is yours, and the only way to discover it is to listen to your soul. How do you know if you found your purpose? Here's a clue: your purpose will always feel like a calling. It won't be something you chase out of fear or obligation. It will be something you're drawn to, something that lights you up from the inside out. It might not make logical sense. It might scare you, challenge you, or push you out of your comfort zone. But it will always feel true. So ask yourself, what makes you feel alive? What makes time disappear? What would you do even if no one ever noticed or applauded you for it? The answers to those questions will guide you toward your purpose. Once you've aligned with your purpose, the next step is to embody your power. This isn't about showing off or proving yourself to anyone. It's about living in a way that's authentic, unapologetic, and aligned with your truth. It's about being so grounded in who you are that nothing, no criticism, no rejection, no external circumstance can shake you. And here's the thing: when you embody your power, you give others permission to do the same. Your energy becomes a lighthouse, guiding others out of their own darkness. But embodying your power isn't always easy. It requires you to let go of the stories and identities that no longer serve you. It requires you to face your fears, not just once, but over and over again. It requires you to trust yourself, even when the path ahead is unclear. And most of all, it requires you to surrender to trust that the universe has your back, even when things don't go the way you planned. Let me ask you this: how would your life change if you stopped fighting against the flow of the universe and started working with it? What if, instead of resisting your challenges, you embraced them as opportunities to grow? What if, instead of doubting yourself, you trusted that everything you need is already within you? What if you stopped waiting for permission to step into your power and simply decided to be the powerful being you already are? One of the most practical ways to thrive in your power is to cultivate daily practices that keep you aligned with your higher self. These practices don't have to be complicated or time-consuming, they just need to be consistent. Maybe it's meditation, where you connect with your inner stillness and gain clarity on your path. Maybe it's journaling, where you process your thoughts and emotions and uncover the wisdom within them. Maybe it's spending time in nature, where you can feel the energy of the earth and remember that you're part of something much greater than yourself. Whatever it is, make it a priority. Because the more you nurture your connection to your higher self, the more effortlessly your power will flow. Another key to thriving in your power is protecting your energy. As one of the most powerful chosen ones, you're like a beacon of light, and that light attracts everything, both positive and negative. You might notice that people are drawn to you, not just because of who you are, but because of the energy you radiate. Some will come to you for guidance, others for healing, and some simply because your presence makes them feel better. While this is a beautiful gift, it can also be draining if you're not careful. That's why it's essential to set boundaries not just with others, but with yourself. Learn to say no when you need to. Learn to walk away from situations that don't serve you. And most importantly, learn to replenish your energy regularly, whether that's through rest, solitude, or activities that bring you joy. Now, let's talk about the ripple effect of your power. When you step into your role as one of the most powerful chosen ones, you don't just transform your own life, you transform the lives of everyone around you. Your energy creates ripples that spread far beyond what you can see. A kind word, a genuine smile, a moment of compassion, these small acts have the power to change someone's day, their perspective, even their life. And when enough of us step into our power, those ripples become waves that can shift the entire world. But here's the thing, thriving in your power isn't about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes or always having it together. It's about being real. It's about embracing your humanity, the messy, imperfect, beautiful parts of yourself, and knowing that your worth isn't defined by what you do, but by who you are. It's about showing up even when it's hard, and trusting that every step you take is leading you closer to the person you're meant to be. So let me ask you one final question. What's stopping you from stepping fully into your power right now? Is it fear, doubt, the belief that you're not ready, not good enough, not worthy? Whatever it is, I want you to know this: those thoughts are lies. They're illusions created by a part of you that's afraid of change. But you don't have to believe them. You can choose right here and now to let them go. You can choose to trust yourself, to trust the universe, and to trust the incredible power that resides within you. You are one of the most powerful chosen ones. You've been through the fire, and you've come out stronger. You faced the darkness, and you found your light. Now it's time to take everything you've learned, everything you've become, and use it to create the life and the world you've always dreamed of. Your journey isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. The universe has great plans for you, and I can't wait to see the incredible things you'll do. So go out there and shine. Be the light. Be the change. And remember, you are not alone. We are all in this together, and together we are unstoppable.